Hello, and welcome to Horror Movies and Shit. I'm your host Jim, and with me as always is
Mark.
Hi Mark. How you doing today?
Fine, except I'm on camera.
That's true. You are. That's true.
So
You are. Much to your chagrin, right?
it is not my fault, ladies and gentlemen. Jim made me,
Oh, I
but
made
I
you.
made
Is that what?
him do something too. So what am
Aha!
I making you do, Jim?
You're making me watch Martyrs.
All right. We've
I
talked
have
about.
never seen this movie. This is 2008, and Mark, tell us a little bit about the movie.
I'm not going to tell you anything about the movie.
Well, you can at least tell us the who directed it, all that stuff. I know you
National
know.
Day directed it. He was actually back in the day when they were talking about Hellraiser
Hmm.
remake or reboot. He was brought up as somebody who might direct it. Uh,
Oh,
that would have been awesome.
yeah.
So anyway, this is going to be spoiler full, and this movie
Okay,
is best enjoyed knowing nothing about it going in.
Mark, you
Let's go.
ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Wild Bunch. Ooh.
Let's see if this video works. It's kind of
Fingers
choppy.
crossed.
I think it's choppy for me.
Is it getting choppy?
Yeah, looks like it. I think whenever you rewind it, something happens because when you first played it, it seemed to work okay.
When it was in the middle of the movie.
Okay, let's. Oh, well, let's just let it run and see if it fixes itself.
Okay. So immediately we see this girl has been abused
Mm-hmm.
in some way, shape, or form.
I wonder what happened.
Don't know yet.
All right, so you see the date there,
Yeah, there's a
1971.
dossier. 1976 is a great year. Oh, okay. So that initial um, where she's running away happened while they're filming this in 1976.
No, so they're going back to where she ran away.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The initial scene where she's running away. This is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Huh.
The opening, right? They were just explaining the conditions that she. I love the music just gets straight into it.
Hey, hang on a second, Mark.
Mhm.
So your audio is getting really bad.
Oh,
I can't hear a word you're saying.
is this better?
It is, but I don't know if it was related to bandwidth or what. So,
I don't know.
okay, let's try again. Ready?
Yep.
I'm not going to rewind. We're just going to go.
No, yeah, just go. I love movies that just get right into it.
Yeah. And is that Lucy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like comedy.
So I'm guessing this is some sort of orphanage she's in.
Right. This is also an interesting way to get some backstory. Jim,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
That is an interesting way to get some backstory.
Oh, I said it is. I'm sorry. I guess you didn't hear me. I'm guessing that those are the two main characters, right? For the movie when we flash forward in time. I'm guessing.
Right. Mm-hmm. Scared.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be the that guy. Do we find out at least how long she was there? Because at this point we don't know.
Right. You just need to watch it, Jim. You will see.
Okay. Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, she tried to slit her wrists.
Well,
Well, she says she didn't do it, but
right.
somebody tried to slice her wrists.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the PTSD you have.
I can only imagine. Oh,
Uh oh.
chair's been moved.
Uh oh.
It's very dark. Like, I mean that literally. This scene
Oh
is very
yeah.
dark.
It's night.
Obviously, thank you.
It's usually dark at night, Jim. 9 times out of
Thank
10.
you, Captain Obvious.
There's somebody under her bed.
Is it because a minute ago they were running behind her? Oh, there's somebody on her bed. Okay, so already it appears to be setting her up to have some sort of split personality.
Some sort of what? Slit for a mouth?
Split personality.
Split personality.
Yeah, that's what it appears to be so far.
Hmm. Or maybe something to get out there.
Maybe.
What that can do.
Oh, so now they're playing. I gotcha.
So that's typical suburban family, right?
Right. It's 15 years after Lucy, and now we're on this family that I don't recognize at all. Oh, okay. So she's a swimmer,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom is
Plumber.
in construction of some kind. Yeah. I mean, she kind of looks like a young Linda Blair. Okay. So, can I be a little critical? That was stuck in a water pipe, but it's not wet.
Well, I'll try that.
Clearly.
True horror,
Well,
real
she
life.
clearly is not happy about him. I mean, apparently he's a giant fuck up. Yeah, she's about done with that jackass. Oh, Jesus. Well, that was unexpected.
Right.
And that is Marie. Or Lucy. Lucy.
Lucy.
Hmm. But his parents did, huh?
Mm.
Oh, so I guess 18 is old enough to die.
So But then this movie wastes no time to it.
You're not kidding. It really doesn't. Oh, she's clearly not an idiot.
She's seen all the movies before.
I'm referring to Lucy and not the kid under the bed.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, oh. Well, at least she feels remorseful. How could you do that to me?
You think, you think they did something to her? I don't know.
But what did she do? That's a very effective shot.
Mhm.
Hmm. Well, that's a waste of some food. They've changed. Well, that's going to be a forensic analyst's wet dream.
Right.
So now she's just spending time contemplating while. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the other girl's name yet. What is the other character's name?
Anna.
Anna. So she's just sitting there waiting while until Anna shows up,
Right.
being all kinds of weird with the blood.
Well, there's somebody there.
Sounds like it. It's okay. She's got the gun. That's her boomstick. But she's only got one more shell. Oh no.
Make it count.
Yeah, right. Who pushed the door? Oh well, there goes that one shot. Do you hate it when you shoot prematurely, Mark?
I believe so, I imagine.
Oh, this must be the feral thing that was on her bed. We know you did it. How did her hands get all wet again?
What? You just dipped her hands in the blood.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed that.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
She's saying, I did it. Right? He's trying to set to, like, hey, look, I did it already. So,
Yeah, there's that thing again. Ooh. Oh. So is this her retribution? Oh. Ouch. It's like paper fucking cuts. Ow.
right. So, but now at least he's doing it.
Well, I do have to say I get a little bit of a thrill when I watch characters fight back. So this is really an awesome scene so far.
So, do you know where the movie's going at this point?
I'm guessing she's taking revenge on the people she thinks imprisoned her and abused her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where this figure is coming from, though. I have a suspicion, but I don't know that that's going to be accurate.
Because usually movies are pretty predictable.
Yeah, usually they are. That's her in the chair when she was younger. So I feel like this is taking a turn like 11 did on Stranger Things, but I can't say for sure.
So I wonder if it's gone.
I doubt it. I don't think it would be building up this much tension if it was gone. Ah, oh, oh, there's Anna. Okay. So clearly this has some sort of physical impact on her because she does have those cuts still on her back.
Right. So this has been happening for.
Yeah, it just appears that it's getting more and more brutal. So this is one of those stupid horror movie moments where I just have to go look.
Think so?
Right? Did you
Maybe.
hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to see where this goes.
Yeah.
So obviously Anna isn't very happy about what happened.
No, clearly. Now she's gonna puke. Ugh. Mm.
Right. So it looks like Anna's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, clearly this has been going on for a while.
By the way, I love the direction.
It's a bit unsettling. Not gonna lie. But who is the? They'll know it's us that they were referring to. That's what I'm curious about. I don't imagine it's just the police. Huh.
Lucy doesn't know why Anna's upset by this one.
Say that again.
Said Lucy doesn't understand why Anna is upset by this.
Right, because Lucy is convinced that there was a smell that she could smell from when she used to be beaten,
Right. She's
and
like,
Anna doesn't.
these are the people that abuse me. So hey,
Right,
what's going to
right,
happen? Shouldn't feel
and
any sorry
Anna,
for them.
right, and Anna doesn't know the extent of what happened. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure she has some preliminary understanding, but she doesn't know the depths or the depravity that Lucy was exposed to.
Or
Oh,
even
it's
if,
that kind of relationship.
or even if they're the right people, because
Right,
as she said, it's been 15 years. So.
right. Huh.
I mean, I think that's a very telling statement. You know, talking again about victims of abuse,
Yeah.
constantly reliving it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, you hear it all the time about the trauma and the consistent trauma even after the abuse has ended. Oh, so there's some sort of mass grave there.
Well, that's where the mom was working, right?
Oh, right, by the pipes. I didn't see the pipes this time because it's a little dark again. Because it's night. Thank you, Mark. So what I don't understand is why the hell is Anna doing all the work herself? Is
Because
Lucy
she,
just done because she shot them and her job is done?
because from a young age, she's been looking after Lucy, right?
She's still alive? Yes, she is. Huh. Oh, okay.
That's a lot of work hauling all those bodies around.
Yeah, it is because I mean I know personally I can't lift weights as evident from my chicken arms. Oh, she's trying to get up, isn't she? Uh, yeah, I think I stand by my original statement.
You think what?
I still think I stand by my original statement with that being just another aspect of Lucy.
Yeah, I'm thinking they should have had her on some meds.
They should have had what?
Her on some meds.
Yeah,
Well, ago.
you'd think. But according to what they just showed, Lucy thinks that this thing that's attacking her, whatever it is punishing her for something, and
Right.
she thought killing the
Wow.
family that was abusing her would fix that.
Right. And here we're just getting some flashbacks of when she was being
Right. But we have not seen any faces of her abusers yet.
right.
Oh, ow. So that's
See,
how she escaped.
that's a great little touch right there, by the way.
Yeah.
When she rubbed her leg.
Oh, so okay. Well, that explains a little bit. So she's being punished for having gotten away and not helped her. Got it.
But yeah.
I have to say the use of lighting is really effective. Like in the dark scenes, and then the scenes where it's really bright. They do a
Mm-hmm.
really good job of using lighting to set atmosphere. Oh, now she knows that the mom's still alive.
You know, interesting idea, right? Because it's helping the person who tortured Lucy as far as Lucy is concerned.
Because she's human and that she didn't have that same experience.
She knows she's very unstable.
Yeah. Oh, Lucy is not fucking around.
Yeah. So right now she's doing the mom with a hammer over for the podcast listeners.
Say that again, Mark.
I said she's beating the mom in the head with a hammer.
Right.
Our podcast listeners,
Yeah.
they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. Lucy is very brutal, and she needs this to be over. That's the impression I get of her character, anyway.
Why? Why did you?
Right. And it looks like Lucy's had it with Anna now too.
This is like the ultimate betrayal.
Right. Yeah. Of course. And she's about to take her retribution. It looks like. Oh, and there's the lady again.
Right.
This woman or creature or whatever she is very reminiscent of the old J horror
Yep.
villains, like um, from The Ring, or not The Ring, but The Grudge, more than anything.
Oh, by the way, the practical effects are amazing.
Yeah, I agree. The practical effects are pretty awesome.
The makeup, all of it.
Oh, she thought it was going to be a tender moment.
Yeah.
I really want to see what Anna sees. Exactly what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That woman is her way of punishing herself.
Her survivor is good.
Yeah.
That's super painful looking.
Say that again.
That's super painful looking.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, the practical effects in general are really, really well done.
But I think the movie does a really good job. Um, remember watching this for the first time? I'm like, is it a supernatural presence? Is it something going on, or is she just crazy? I couldn't. You don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Oh, that was not expected. Lucy has just slit her throat.
Why? And again,
her own throat.
again, this is she finally realized that I didn't believe it.
That was extremely unexpected.
So, Jim, where do you think the movie goes from here?
I honestly have no idea. This is about where I figured the movie was going to end.
So far, we've got a potential ghost movie, right, at the start.
Yep.
We have a home invasion movie,
Right.
and we have a movie about mental issues.
Yeah, mental illness, effectively.
Um, well, I wonder where it goes next.
My guess is we're going straight into a revenge flick.
You think so?
That's my
Against
guess.
who? Who's going to do the revenge?
She's.
Anna?
I. It's going to have to be Anna because everybody else is dead.
But didn't Lucy kill her abusers?
That is the question. My guess is no.
Okay.
That this is just an innocent family.
Okay.
And I think that's where the movie is going to go now. Is Anna is going to track down the actual abusers and take Lucy's revenge for her.
Well, let's see if it pans out that way, then.
We'll see.
We will.
I am 1 for 1 in my guesses with this movie so far.
Although you weren't entirely sure.
That is true. My initial reaction was accurate, but I was unsure at certain parts.
Yeah, like I remember going into this movie and I knew nothing about it.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. I'm going in knowing nothing again, and that's why I said, people haven't seen it about it because there are these like twists, but like a Shyamalan twist on it.
I hate Shyamalan twists because he always ruins them.
This audience expectations are maybe not what's going to happen.
Right. And I appreciate films that do that. So they've been on their own for 2 years now, apparently, based on this phone conversation.
Or,
That's a rotary phone. That's unexpected.
well, remember it was like 1971, I think, was the start. Like
76, yeah, that's right. So this would be 78. You're right. I did completely forget about the setting, the time period.
Right, because they're not dressed in like mid-80s gear.
They're dressed to kill people.
Oh,
What is that? Uh-oh.
Secret.
A hidden cellar.
Right. More than just a second.
It is. It's more than just the suburbs. What do we have? So it looks like I was wrong. These may have been the people that really abused her.
Yeah. Either that or they're just cool horror fans.
Yeah. Those are some paintings that definitely evoke emotion. Oh, God.
Yeah, they're pictures. Some of them.
Yeah. Hmm.
He's down there doing.
There's always keys. Always. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that everybody's dead, so she can go exploring.
Right. What do you
But we
think is
go
down
even
there?
deeper. I don't know what's down there. Oh, thank goodness there's a ladder. Well, that was smart. She picked up the keys too.
Right. No, that looks like a familiar chair.
It does. Different bucket though.
Well, I hope so. But they're not using the same bucket.
Oh no, there's somebody tied up down there.
Somebody or something.
I would have to say somebody. Oh, they're doing the same thing. Is that the same woman or a different woman?
It's a different one.
Oh, right. We already established that because the other woman was a figment of Lucy's imagination.
No, she wasn't.
She
Oh,
was when she was hurting Lucy.
okay. Yeah, but it was based on the woman that she left behind.
Right. Right. But this woman appears to have the same, like the dark veiny veins all over her and everything. But why did they? What is? Why the? Why the thing across her eyes? Are we going to go a little Fulci here?
No. No, I had somebody else to look at
Yeah.
her, and she's used to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would. It's just a routine she'd fall into. But there's nobody for this lady to get revenge on because they're already dead.
But
Oh Jesus! All those scars on her.
again, the makeup is on point.
It's fantastic. And the belt and that headpiece, like everything about the design on this is amazing. Oh God.
Like where do you start?
Yeah, of course. Clean the stuff first.
Yeah, but there's so many. Like where do you start?
I don't understand why she hasn't removed the thing on her face. Well, I guess maybe she plans on leaving her there. She doesn't want her to see who she is. Oh, man, that makeup's awesome. Oh, oh God. Oh Jesus. So this headpiece has staples or nails in the head. Oh fuck me. Oh God. Oh jeez. Ah. How many more times are they going to show that? Oh God. Jesus.
Yeah, like the head staples thing.
That's it. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Ah. Oh holy shit. I can only imagine what the other belt is going to do.
Right. So, where do you think the movie's heading from here?
I have no fucking clue, Mark. I got nothing.
This is very poignant part. It's not like you're right. And she knows that maybe if he just believed her and helped
Yeah.
remember her, maybe she'd still be alive.
Yeah. That's survivor's guilt. So now, if I had to guess, Anna is going to have Lucy as her embodiment of survivor's guilt
Oh, interesting.
because she feels like she failed her, just like Lucy did with the other lady. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. What is she doing? Ah! Jesus, what is she doing? Why is she cutting
Killing
herself like
herself?
that?
Just, I love all the white wall just splattered with blood.
Oh! My God. Who the fuck is that?
Who are these people doing?
That's what I just said.
Is a cop?
I'm guessing they work for an organization. I don't think it's a cop. Clearly, because this would be disturbing to a police officer. So they know this is there. So they are somehow involved.
Hmm.
Oof.
Unfortunately, this has got like real flashbacks of World War II
I'm,
documentaries about you know putting Jews into mass graves.
yeah.
Very similar. Just like
Although that blonde hair does not belong to the mother. That's some sort of wig on a dummy. See, this is what I do, Mark. I pick apart stupid shit.
what's happening now, Jay?
It looks like an interrogation.
Mm.
Because before they locked her up, they said, "Who are you and what were you doing here?" So we're getting some monologuing here.
Right.
That's why she was cutting her arm. Okay. So they're essentially inflicting all this trauma to see what happens. Just because.
Not just because, Jay.
Oh, they're trying to create a martyr. Hence the name. And these are all the pictures that are on the wall. She's just
Right.
explaining the backstories. So I guess now she's fucked.
Right.
So she just explained, the woman just explained to Lucy that they're trying to create a martyr
Right.
and that all they've been able to find is victims and they need young women to create a
Young
martyr.
women work the best.
Right, work the best. And now Lucy's effectively been chloroformed and we're seeing through her eyes because everything's pitch black. And now she's waking up, I'm assuming, and tied to a chair. Or I keep saying tied, but I mean chained.
Right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, by the way, all the acting is really, really good in this movie.
Is really what?
It's really great. All the acting.
Oh, it is. There's not been a single bad character on screen at all. This is the rage, the seven stages of grief, and this is rage because Lucy has woken up and she is indeed chained in a room on a chair with a bucket.
And the funny thing, if she had just believed Lucy, not help the mom, got rid of the bodies, they could have left.
Yeah, had they just left, none of this would have happened. If she had just listened to Lucy and they had just left,
Right.
I mean, Lucy probably still would have died, but Anna would not be where she is.
I don't know. I think Lucy died because of the betrayal. Like she mentally, she couldn't handle it, so that was like
Maybe
the last straw.
that's entirely possible.
Jim, what would you do in this situation?
I have honestly no idea. I have not even an inkling as to how I would react were I in this situation. I would say I probably would have left already. So hopefully I would not have gotten myself in this situation. Are we coming in with the gruel now, or are we just doing torture? Oh, it's gruel. Oh, good.
Eat your food, Tina.
Whoop. Sorry, what?
Eat your food, Tina.
Right? Stupid llama. So, I have a question.
Yes.
How did the cart get down there?
Just carry it down on the ladder.
Then why didn't he take it back up? It's a wasted trip.
These are the compelling
These
things that
are the
the
things that will keep me up at night, sir. Well, she has that haunted look in her eyes. Well, it may not be haunting. It may just be embarrassing because she's got to pee in the bucket.
I think that's just relief, Jim.
Is it relief? Now what? He can't possibly be letting her go. Oh, he's just going to beat her. That's a really shitty thing to do. He's there to let every time she tries to escape, he's going to beat the crap out of her. That's it. That's shitty. There's no faster way to kill hope.
Mhm.
Jesus. Oh, he left her unchained though, didn't he? I mean, not that it really matters unless she finds out what's on the other side of the door behind the stairs. Oh God.
Like doing the supercuts.
Yeah. But the same guy that was beating her up?
So, Jim, do you know why they're trying to create martyrs?
I don't know why yet.
I'm
Bring the mic
martyrs.
closer to your mouth.
The funny thing is, martyrs are martyrs because they choose to be.
Right.
I don't think these people choose.
Gotcha. But the term martyr to me evokes a religious connotation or at least um, a righteous path that you would
What?
have to be on. And what path are they setting them on to make them a martyr?
I guess we'll find out, or maybe not.
I guess. Mm.
Like, put yourself in that
Yeah, but look,
position.
she could undo that screw.
But hang on, put
The
yourself
little
in that
wing nut.
position. The woman she just rescued that had the thing bolted,
Oh yeah, she knows what's coming, and that's the scary part.
right?
I remember to put her back in chains this time. Oh, that was the movie. I was like, what is that noise? I was looking
the
around
sound,
thinking maybe a fan was going crazy.
the sound design is great too, right? I mean,
Everything about this movie atmospherically is amazing. I
like
have nothing but good things to say about that.
like just seeing the sliding of the metal ladder,
Yep.
it's like, oh my god, not again. it's
Where is
also
she?
it's also clinical too, right?
Yeah.
Systematic,
Oh, she's on the bed. Okay.
unemotional as far as who's doing it too well.
Yeah. I mean, I always wonder in films like this where it's some sort of institution or group that's doing this, where they find the employees. Like, it takes a certain kind of sicko to be okay with working like this in this environment, knowing what's going on. And every person that is coming in contact with Anna knows what is going on. So how I don't understand on a basic human level how you could justify that.
You will see a not a justification as in it's justified, but why certain people would do that. And this really is the section that a lot of people can't get past.
Is the abuse, the
It's
physical?
just like the her getting beaten up and beaten up
Yeah,
and beaten up.
it's torture porn essentially.
Let's not use that fucking term. I hate that term. It was coined by a guy who hates fucking horror movies like a critic. So fucking. And I don't think
And
there's
apparently, fuck me for using it, right?
like exactly. But I think this section is important because as a viewer, you are basically going through what she's going through, right?
Right, and there is, as long as there's a transformation of some sort, I'm okay with this kind of stuff. In general, it's when there's just abuse for the sake of abuse. This is, in my opinion, is important to the storyline.
Right. And I think it's important for the audience to feel a certain way, like the disgust you feel
Yeah.
about just this constant abuse makes you like a empathetic human being. And I understand that some people
What
would,
did you just call me, sir?
well, not you, I mean the general
Oh,
audience.
okay, good. Phew.
Not
I
you.
thought maybe there were feelings in there.
I will tell you, in a normal American type movie, she would have escaped by.
Yeah, they do. They definitely have let this go on longer than I would have thought they did. They would have. But I think that's important to the discomfort that this whole thing is building. I'll say it again. The makeup and the prosthetics and stuff are amazing.
She doesn't even look like the same actress, right?
Not at all. Oh, and here comes Lucy. Oh, she's remembering a conversation.
And there's some real good
And I think that was the part that we were missing in their relationship in the beginning is her not understanding exactly what she went through, and now she does.
right. But even if somebody tells you, unless you go through it,
You can never fully understand somebody else's trauma. There's just no way.
but she knows now. Because look, I mean, even visually, she looks like the her running away at the start of the thing.
Yeah.
And this is like the acceptance, right? She's just like, okay,
Yeah. Right.
I'll drink whatever you want. And like she was saying, just let yourself go. That,
Right. Right. She's not trying to be herself anymore. She's just trying to be what they want her to be, and they want her to be compliant.
right. Again, I think some of the most effective, painful scenes are things that are relatable.
Yeah. Agreed. Oh my God.
And also, if you think about this movie, there's not a lot of dialogue either.
No.
I mean, it's just as much visual storytelling than anything else.
And it's done so well. Well, the final stage of martyrdom is death, is it not?
We shall see. But even this moment, it adds a little, very small part of humanity into her leaders.
I mean, yeah, but still,
Well, I will save a comment for them.
I
They're not
unless
doing.
this takes a cabin in the woods type turn, I don't know what the purpose is.
They're not doing this to get like some sort of sick enjoyment out of torturing somebody. Everything's going to happen now, Jim.
I have no idea. I don't know what that machine could possibly do. I have noticed that they like to try at least and give her a modicum of modesty because her pubic area is always covered in whatever contraption they put her in. That's
Weird
a
of,
little
weird of
that
you to
that's a
notice.
little bit of dignity, huh?
Weird of you to notice. But okay.
Well, I mean, because you had the girl, the
Well,
the
now,
girl that
now
had
your,
the
your theory is just fuck shit because they're just
it is now it's gone now that they've cut her shirt off. God. That poor woman.
What are they doing to her, Jim?
Uh, could not even begin to guess. Did they skin her?
Yes.
Oh my God. They have removed her skin.
They've flayed her.
Jesus Christ. She's got the keys. She got out.
Again, just another
I,
suburban family.
I like how they gave you that little hint with that whatever was on his shirt when he put it over his head.
We'll drop up blood.
Yeah. There goes the wife. Mm,
Again, makeup.
fucking amazing. Well, I was wrong.
And that's why I told you not to look up any spoilers about it because
I did not. I did not look up anything at all.
yeah. And I'll give a chef's kiss to this ending too. And again, wonderful lighting and direction.
It's fucking amazing. I really want that old bitch to die.
Mademoiselle.
Yes.
It's almost like that body exhibition, right?
Yeah. So this is just a bunch of old people afraid of death, rich old white people afraid of death.
Rich old white French people. Jim, so what do you think of Martyrs, my favorite horror movie?
It is definitely the type of ending I expected, given your taste in movies. I know you do tend to favor um, nihilistic
Nope.
or
Well,
not
hang on,
happy endings.
hang on. So let's talk about the ending for a second.
Okay.
Um, so what did the ending mean to you?
The ending, honestly, I took a little bit of satisfaction because my hope was that, or what I would like to think might have been said, is she essentially was told people like you are not going to be there, regardless of what she saw.
So then why would she end her life so quickly?
Because there's no hope. So if she's going to go down, she might
But
as well go
would
now.
you want to live your life out then, and just enjoy yourself if there's no hope?
It depends on the person. I personally would see no point to it because it appeared to me from that movie that the whole goal of what they were doing was to find out what was after death. You know,
Is
what
there
would life
life
after
after
death look
death?
like?
Right.
Right. So, given that she, if she was told what I thought she was told, which was, you know, Anna saw some version of heaven, right, where there was no more suffering, there was peace, all of that, but that Mademoiselle or whatever her character's name was is
Mademoiselle.
not going to will never know that peace because of the things she's done.
But again, so I what I love about this ending is it's almost like whatever you take out of it, whatever you put into it, right?
Right.
Because it is such to me because I'm an atheist, right? So I put in that there's no life after death. And I feel that her saying keep doubting means stop looking into it. And she killed herself because she was told there's no afterlife and she couldn't handle the guilt of having tortured multiple people just to
And
get
they said
that answer. But that's what again, that's what I'm putting into it.
right.
It's such an ambiguous ending that
It is.
and even the director said, there's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
Um,
It essentially it leaves it up to you. What satisfies you or disturbs you the most is what you're going to get out of that ending.
it's almost like a more existential ending, like The Thing, right? So
Right.
at the end of The
Yep.
Thing, nobody knows. Carpenter said he didn't know
Right.
if either one of them were the Thing.
Right.
So people can just say, well, yeah, it's this or that. But this one is more on a human level of is there life
Yeah.
after death or not?
Right. Agreed.
So I think that the ending, like I said, is like the chef's kiss on this movie because you can sit there and debate with people for hours over what
Right.
they think and what you think,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't matter. The point is that this movie has made you engage, that thought process too.
Yeah. Agreed. It definitely will make you think, and that ending is going to be whatever you want it to be. And like I said, mine is whatever Anna said to Mademoiselle made her lose all hope and made her feel like just giving up.
Or you could say she said, yes, there's an afterlife that's awesome for everyone, and everyone gets, everyone has unlimited fun all the time. Then
That
she's like,
wouldn't be a
oh, well, I'm just going to go kill myself and get there quicker.
that would not be a satisfying ending for me. I will not attribute that to this
Well, what
movie.
I'm
I'm
saying
sorry.
is, what I'm saying is her killing herself right after, you could be saying, I want to get to that place as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you could. You're right. It's all up to interpretation. I personally think that it is. I like to think that she has abandoned all hope.
Right.
So what is it about this movie that
Right.
that makes it your favorite, other than that nihilistic ending or that ending that's
Well,
entirely
again,
open
I
interpretation?
don't necessarily feel the ending is nihilistic at all. I think I
Right,
like
right.
the
That's why I
open
clarified.
the open ending. What
Right,
so for the longest time, if somebody asked me what my favorite horror movie is, it would be Jaws,
of course.
right?
Right,
Because nostalgia, it's a classic movie. Um, but if you like, really, you know, could you say it's a horror movie, right? And there's, you
right,
know, and it is to me a horror movie in some regards, but it's also, you know, action adventure fun type of movie.
right,
So I, after multiple rewatches of Martyrs, was like, if you're talking about like straight horror movie, this is it for me. Because again, I love the right turns in it. It starts off young girl abused. What's happened? I don't know. Then it
right,
goes to, hey, there's this weird creature. Is it like a J horror, as you were saying?
right,
Supernatural spirit that's going to be tormenting her for whatever reason. Then it's like, well, hang on. Now it's a home invasion movie. And then it's like, well, is it her mental illness or, you know, what's going on? Then at the same points that you were like, I don't know what's going to happen next. I was
right,
exactly the same. And then
right,
it's like, oh shit. No, she was, she was right. And there's
right,
this family has tortured this other woman that's horrific. Then it's like, holy shit. Then then there's all these armed people in here. And then it's like, holy shit. Now she's in
right.
the position of Lucy at the start. And I'm like, is it going to be like a typical movie where they find a way out? No, holy shit. She's going to have to go through that. And we have to go through that as an audience too.
Right.
And then it's like, why? Oh, I see. And this is why nobody's taking enjoyment out of this, right? It's
Right.
not like hostile, right? I don't want to bring in torture porn or anything like that, but there is torture
Mark,
sequences.
what did you just say, Mark? What phraseology did you just use?
I said I would never use the words torture porn because they're used by fucking news who hate horror movies.
Oh, okay.
But then you're like, well, why are they doing this? I'm like, they're doing it in such a, you would say, cold, calculated way. But there is moments again towards the end where one of her abusers is like, it's okay, it'll be over soon." You know, so it's not even they weren't taking enjoyment. It's like a necessary evil for them to find out the secret to something.
Right.
And then the ending is just wonderful, ambiguous. You can just talk about it forever with anybody and just get their own reactions to it.
You could. You really could. And that is one of the visually, both, special effects, even the sound editing, everything about this movie was done so well
Acting,
that yeah, the acting's amazing. Everything about other than the few little things that I pick apart because that's just who I am, it did not detract from my enjoyment of this film. This is a solid film.
right? And this is a film too, which yeah, it's weird that I felt like I was changing sides somehow to say it's my favorite horror movie. But to me, it's a movie which I don't have nostalgia for, right? So it doesn't have that going for it. It
Right.
just stands by itself. And there was a lot of really good French, new wave extreme horror movies. Inside is another favorite of mine, but like Martyrs is, I don't know. There's, I don't
It just hits all the right notes for you.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's and it's the sort of thing that some people will love or some people will hate, and some. But I don't know if there's many people that will be like in the middle.
Right.
I think you either love it or you find it too much.
There. So during the scene where Anna is being tortured, and there's no other word for it, I did get a bit uncomfortable that it went on for so long.
Right.
So I'm not going to lie about
Where
that. However, I also understand that it was necessary to the story to see you for the me as the audience to see her going through that.
It's almost like audience participation. Not that we
Yeah.
were
Okay. Kind of.
participating in it, but we were witness to it,
Right.
and we had to go through it with her. And again, I mean, if you look at movies, like Hostel or like Grotesque, something like that, which is more like Grotesque. Um, that's just torture, torture for torture's sake, and it's almost like a special effects reel.
Right.
But you sit there for an hour and a half, and these people are on screen just being absolutely horrifically tortured. This one has a lot more going for it, right? It's not just that torture sequence. It's the right turns it takes. It's the unpredictability,
Hmm.
and it's again. So Pascal Louis did another movie after this called Incidents in a Ghost Land,
Okay.
which is a good movie, but Martyrs to me is so much better. It's like the best thing that he's ever done. Is my favorite horror movie, and
Right.
I guess whenever he made this and wrote this movie, he was suffering from depression.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly,
Right.
because this but like all the actors like totally buy into it, especially the actress that plays Anna, who
Yeah.
is just so believable, and you feel so bad for her because she's just a helper all the way
Right.
through. I mean, she was helping Lucy, then she helped the other woman,
Yep.
and
And she tried to help the mom
she got it
that
worse.
Lucy. Yeah.
And again, being flayed, unfortunately, is
That.
not just a movie thing. That's happened to multiple people,
Right.
hundreds of people in real life.
Yep.
Um,
That's. Ugh.
and
And
I'm a fan of history, so like I know of certain instances where they kind of wrote down what happened to people.
right.
Um, there was a Munich uprising back in the 1700s, I believe,
Hmm.
and one of the people, so they had like three people who were head of this rebellion. It was like whenever Protestantism was trying to come out,
Right.
and the other two people were there, and this was in like a huge town hall type thing. Everybody goes to see it because that's what people used to do.
Right.
And their method of flaying was to get red hot pincers, and they started underneath the arm. They would clamp onto
Oh.
the skin and rip it down.
Ha ha.
And it was German law at that point that you had to suffer at least 60 minutes of torture before they outright just killed you.
Wow. That's pretty insane.
So the other two people that were going after this person had to watch him do that. So he would pass out, they would wake him up,
Right.
they would stop the timer, right? So it would be like, we rip the skin down, you faint, stop the timer. We've gone through 2 minutes of this. You've got another
Right.
58 minutes to go. Wake up.
Oh God. Ouch.
And one of the guys tried to that was watching it, and they were like in shackles, and he had like a neck shackle. He was
Right.
trying to like choke himself to death
Yeah.
before he got to that.
As you would. I mean that would be. You'd want to check out at any point, knowing what's coming, and that's part of what. That's part of
So once again, like real life is
survival instinct.
always
I,
more terrifying than any movies.
right. It's always more terrifying to me the evil that people will do to themselves and each other, as opposed to like a supernatural killer. You know.
Well, I don't believe that like it.
I know,
But
but I'm just saying it's a lot more effective when it's grounded in reality.
well, again, if I want to be terrified, I'll read history or watch documentaries
Right.
or watch the news or whatever.
Right.
And just like what people do to each other is just horrific.
Yeah. Agreed.
Anyway, So what out of 10, Jim?
10
How would
what?
you rate
What is
Martyrs?
our scale today?
Um, uh, Out of 10 flayed martyrs, how many would you give it?
I'd give this a solid 8.
An
Yeah,
8. Okay.
definitely. Yep,
I will take that from you because an 8 from you is like a 13 out of 10 for most people.
probably. That is probably true.
But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did.
I,
I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to, given the difference in our taste in movies.
and again, you can see why I'm like totally like don't look this movie up before you watch it
Yeah,
because
100%.
the enjoyment of it is like what's going on next. I have no idea.
Right. Yep, agreed. I did appreciate that, and I don't know, had I done any research and looked up this movie like I normally do when we try and prepare for this kind of stuff. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much.
But
Even the parts that were predictable, like in the beginning with her survivor's guilt and all that kind of stuff, it still was done in an interesting way. So I didn't lose anything when because it had me questioning at other points. Am I right? Even though I did turn out to be
right.
right on that one point for this whole fucking movie.
So it's like you could go one of a few ways in
Yeah.
that, and it makes sense that it's a mental thing. But
Yep.
one of the parts of the movie which sometimes people question is how is she cutting herself in the back?
But
You can still do it, right? But
yeah,
you
right,
know,
because
like,
it none of it looked like it was out of her reach. Like have she been just doing it herself?
have you seen Inside?
I have not. No,
Maybe that's one we'll tie for a watch along in the future.
that works for me.
Yeah.
I am
See,
good with that.
sometimes whenever I
Sometimes,
suggest stuff, they are
sometimes,
classics.
as long as they're not Fulci
No,
or Giallo.
well, it it depends. Like New York slashers or something.
Yes, yes, it
But
is.
like you might enjoy like the Beyond more or something.
So we talked about that once, and I know this is totally unrelated, but there's one movie that we both agreed on when we first started talking about movies was that Asphyx, something
The
like that.
Asphyx
Yes, that movie scared the crap out of me when I was younger.
with Robert Powell
I believe so,
in it.
and believe it or not, I've only ever seen the movie once. So I would be interested to see it again,
I,
knowing how terrified I was as a child.
that one always reminds me of kind of like the William Castle stuff, kind of like the Tingler. You've seen the
Yeah,
Tingler.
I can't say I have no.
Just kind of that kind of genre of
Yeah.
creepy little thing happening. And
Yep.
do you want to do what you've watched?
We can. I don't honestly. Let me get my list.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, I
checking my
haven't I haven't
list
done
like
much.
Santa right now.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm checking my list like Santa right now.
Okay. So I watched. You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Okay, I haven't written anything else down apart from did we talk about I finished She-Hulk?
Yes. We
I know
talked
we
about your
talked about
enjoyment of it.
She-Hulk,
I
but
didn't. Yeah. I don't remember if we talked about you finishing it.
so I so I thought that last episode was amazing. I thought it was hilarious. The meta stuff was great. Um, I go online because sometimes I just like to see how people react to certain things. And the amount of hate that last episode got was unbelievable. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, I think it's because it's a woman superhero show. Because I think if Deadpool did that, everybody would be like saying, "Oh, this is fucking amazing." But I
Right.
think because it's a show about a woman superhero that calls out like a lot of like toxic man bullshit.
Right.
Um, a lot of people got, or a lot of guys who are insecure or whatever, oh, it's fucking stupid. Like, no, that it was awesome. It was fun. The whole series was fun. It
Yeah, I
was
agree with
light.
that.
It didn't take itself too seriously. The lead actress was really great. It did collect a lot of what women have to deal with on a day to day basis. I'm sure with like fucking asshole man. I'm people should just be like that's how things are sometimes, and not see it as like a personal attack. Like if you see that as a personal attack on you, then you're part of the problem. Stop being
Right.
a fucking asshole.
Agreed.
Like
Okay, so
give people respect.
I do have a few things that I watched.
Okay,
So the first thing was Unhuman, and I'm
unhuman.
Unhuman, and it's essentially um, a group of teens are on a field trip and wind up having to battle zombies.
Hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about it, except that it's a garbage film. It is it tries too hard to be relevant, and it is 100% failing on every point. It was good. It was okay or passable until the twist, I thought. And at
I
that point it was just straight
I
garbage.
kind of feel like vampire movies, zombie movies, like you have to do something a little bit out of the box or more
Right.
interesting um, in that genre for it to be worthwhile.
Yeah, and that experience was just not.
Now they're not zombies,
They're
but
not.
no, hang on, they're not zombies in 28 Days Later, and I believe they're planning maybe to make it 28 months later now.
I saw a poster, a concept poster, but I don't know anything about a movie coming out yet.
Hang on, I'm moving my camera a little bit so people can see my awesome Outlaw Holocaust sign poster.
So the next thing I saw was a show. I believe it was on Amazon Prime, or no, it was on. I don't remember what streaming service it's on. It's called Black is Night. It is about a young girl who, for her, I think it was her 16th birthday, she, how does she put it? It's the summer that I got breasts and fought vampires. It was a nice, fun little surprise. It's not a great movie, but it's fun. It's an enjoyable watch. It's not terrible. Then I saw an Aussie movie, and it was from the early '80s called Allison's Birthday, but I didn't get a chance to finish that one. I have to go back to that.
Okay.
It's essentially where a young girl and her friends are playing with a Ouija board, and she gets a message not to go home for her 19th birthday, but she does anyway, and all hell breaks loose.
Hmm.
So I asked you to do me a favor, Mark. Did you follow through?
I don't know. I don't remember what.
Here Comes Hell on Shudder. Did you watch it? I asked you to watch it so we could discuss it.
Um, no, not yet. Here Comes Hell. I was scrolling through Shutter the other day, and I'm like, what was that movie Jim was talking about? I was too lazy to look it up, or
Okay.
go back into our thing. So no, I have not watched that as of.
Okay. Well, I definitely want us to discuss that. I'm really interested to see what you think of that movie. So we'll table that for another time. I do have a new audiobook that I'm listening to called the Night Circus. This is essentially about a night circus. Everything takes place at night. It opens at dark and closes at dawn. And magic may or may not be real. I haven't gotten to the end of the book yet. But most people cannot do it, but there are certain people in the circus that are adept at, they call it manipulation. So this is written by Erin Morgenstern, and she wrote another book that I read called The Starless Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a lot more flowery prose than I normally enjoy, but it's done so well, and it's both are such engaging stories. Like the author even created a tarot card deck from the characters in the Night Circus, and it's amazing. The artwork is astounding. So I really enjoy that.
Jim, do you
I'm
like
I'm really enjoying it.
going to the circus in general?
I'm sorry.
Do you like going to the circus?
It depends, honestly. There is a Cirque d'Italia, the Italia, that comes to Palm Bay before Halloween, and it's a night circus, and that's a lot of fun. It
Hang
has the
on,
more
so
dangerous
a
acts.
night circus is an actual thing?
Yeah, it's
Never heard of
it's
it.
more dark themed. They everybody dresses up as vampires or whatever, and but like they have a motorcycle that goes around a
The
wheel
ball.
on a high wire, um, and it does it flips and everything. It's really fun. It's a fun show, but it's a giant tent and it's all black and white
I,
striped.
I can't say I'm a fan of the old circus.
You might enjoy a night circus if you can look it up. I found them on Facebook, believe it or not, and they came here to Palm Bay, and it was a fun show. I took my mom and my niece and Ray with me, and
Okay.
you have to actually walk. You have to walk through a haunted house before you get to the stage where you can sit to watch the show.
Is it a real haunted house, Jim? Is there ghosts there?
Oh, totally, yeah, totally,
Are they circus ghosts?
totally, yeah,
That sounds like an idea for a book.
right,
The clowns that died. Their
right.
ghosts are coming back. Ghost clown.
There you go. So that's it for me.
Have I watched anything else? I feel like I have, but I don't think I can remember anything.
Okay.
Anyway,
So what are we doing next week, Mark? Let's give them a little hint. But we are going to watch The Shape
right.
and give our reactions to that.
Starring
And
Corey, who was on our podcast.
that's right. Absolutely. So we
So
will
what
look
is
out for that.
surprising? Hang on.
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you, would it?
Well, why don't you just tell the audience and I won't listen?
Because you'll still listen.
No, I promise I won't.
I don't believe you, sir.
You call me a
I've created a little test for you, Mark, and I'm going to put you through that test next week.
I'll pass it.
You think so?
Sure.
Okay.
Is it
Well,
about
there you
horror?
go.
Is it about horror movies, Jim?
I don't know. Is it, or does it fall squarely into and
or
shit?
is it about breeds of fish in South Asia? I don't know.
Sure. No, it's horror. It's horror related, but I think it'll be fun.
Okay, I'm always up for some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all in good fun. So, if there is nothing else for us to talk about, Mark, we are
Nope.
going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for listening, and we hope you've enjoyed this as much as we have.
Farewell and adieu.